Good morning, beloveds. I sound a little less allergy than I did yesterday. Hopefully, I did get to go to the park, but because my allergies have kicked up, my eyes are really dry, which means I can't see. So I'm just like, we are just gonna give in and do the reading glasses today, because I've already tried. And we're gonna watch Foster walk across the lap. Where are you going? Are you gonna go get in the sunbeam? Okay, so today's title is one that should make you stop and think. My personality is God personified. One God and Spirit of all, through all and in you all. And that is Ephesians 4:6. Personality is the objective evidence of individuality. Our personality is the use we make of our divine individuality. And that is from the Science of Mind, page 618. Each human being is a personification of the infinite person of God. Each of us is an individualized center of the one divine life that expresses itself in and through every form. All of us would like to have a charming, attractive, and successful personality, and that should be a goal in our development as we learn to express more and more of God, whose image we bear. A good personality is the result of time given daily to God awareness, of thoughtful acceptance of ideas that convey the divine goodness, of planning the kind of life that will express God's wisdom and working to fulfill that plan with perfect assurance of its guidance. To manifest this alignment is to be well integrated, happy, and confident. To give the good we expect to receive is fulfilling and wholesome. Our personal gifts and talents, when used to express God's nature in us, will develop with amazing ease and joy, and we shall find that our outward experience always corresponds with our inner consciousness. I know that in and through me, the very finest qualities of the divine personality are constantly given. This day and every day, I'm an instrument for the manifestation of the abundant life. I shall individualize God's love, that my personality may be a loving one. I individualize God's peace and joy, that my personality may be friendly and joyous. I individualize God's perfection, that my personality may express the divine wholeness. I let this image of God be faithfully expressed in my life now. And that is CC. That is Craig Carter. And I will say that while that title does rock you back on your heels, one of the things that I appreciate that he said is that our personality is developed. Okay? We're not born with a personality. We create a personality. And he laid it out there. It's like, it's God awareness. It is planning. It is, being those things that, so it's like, okay, so if we are individualized centers of God, each and every one of us is an expression of God. We are an expression, nobody's capable of expressing all of God, which is why we have this vast array of manifestations. But we all can express the basic traits. And so that's what we want to look at. What are the basic traits of God? Well, they are love. They are kindness. They are compassion. They are joy. They are healing. They are creativity. So what are all of the basic, and then how can each of us express those basic qualities? And then we can get into, the word would be minutia, where we can dig into the specific ways that each of us can express those basic qualities. That's where we can use our adjectives. And what is it that we want to bring out specifically. Jesse said one time, you may be the only Bible some people ever read. It's like, so that's why that title should rock you back on your heel. My personality is God personified. When people meet me, they are going to meet the God that I believe in. I've met people. I've met the God. And when I meet people and I see the God that they believe in, I'm like, no. I don't want to know anything more about the God that you believe in. So I hope that when people meet me, that because they're meeting the God that I believe in, that I hope that they see the God that I believe in is loving, is kind, is compassionate, is creative, is joyful, is happy. That's the God that I want to personify. So, and that's where we get into that regular spiritual practice. Because if I'm going to personify the qualities of God, then I want to make sure that I'm in touch with God. So I take the time out of my day to treat and to meditate and to talk to God and to listen to God. And then what were some of the other things that he said? Because he just did it. Craig is really, he's an excellent writer. I'm just, of course sometimes he makes me crazy because I'm like, I don't want to think about that. But, okay, so where is it? A good personality is the result of time given daily to God awareness, of thoughtful acceptance of ideas that convey the divine goodness, of planning the kind of life that will express God's wisdom, and working to fulfill that plan with perfect assurance of its guidance. Okay, so he says, all right, so 1, practice your God awareness. 2, plan for. When I hear people say, well, that's just the way I am, I'm like, no, you're being lazy. That's not just the way you are. You are making a choice. And I think that's one of the things about Science of Mind that really, that really is one of our keys, is we teach people you have a choice. The personality that you have is a choice. And so then I hear Dick echoing in my head, do you want the universe to say yes to that? Is that really what you want? The personality that you have is a combination of the choices that you have made. So here's the good news. If you don't like it, you can make a new choice. That's absolutely the good news. So if you're not satisfied with the personality that you've got, then you've got all of those things that Craig says that you can do. Which I'm just going to lean back on. Time given daily to God awareness, thoughtful acceptance of the ideas. Thoughtful acceptance of the ideas. I think that's the one I keep leaning on. And it's the one I keep forgetting because thoughtful acceptance of the ideas. Have you sat down and thought about the God that you believe in? Not the God that you have been taught, but the God you actually believe in. Because society and culture and religion have very definite ideas about what God is. Is that the God that you believe in? Because there's a whole lot of us who grew up mouthing words that we don't believe in. So, what is the God that you believe in? What are the qualities of God that you believe in? What are the qualities of God that you want to express? Which is why he says, time for God awareness. Thoughtful acceptance of those ideas. That right there, those 2 things will do more for your personality than anything else will. Your personality is your choice. And, we can have the nature versus nurture argument all you like, but your personality is a choice. Are you happy with your choice? Or would you like to make a new one? Or would it be just like most of us, where for the most part, I'm really happy about my personality. I think I have a fantastic personality until I get tired. And then then when I get tired, I slip a little bit. And so there's two things that need to happen. One, I need to structure my life in such a way that I don't get tired. Okay. And that is awareness. That is thoughtful awareness. Okay. Because and then, it's understanding. It's like, okay, I still have some work to do, and that's the good thing. We can be masterpieces now and continue to work on ourselves. So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it? All right. Because if you want people to meet, well, no, people are going to meet the God that you believe in based on your personality. Are you happy with that? And if you are, that is absolutely wonderful. And if you understand, like most of us, we're constantly working on ourselves, because there's always something new to learn. The mission today, should we choose, because he says, all of us would like to have a charming, attractive, and successful personality. Well, we all can. We all can, by emulating those basic qualities of God. But where do we start? So the mission today, should we choose to accept it? And I'm going to use this one because I really like it, is the thoughtful acceptance of the ideas that convey the divine goodness. What are the ideas that convey the divine goodness to you? What are the ideas that convey the divine goodness to you? And that's why it's a thoughtful acceptance. Because we want to think about them. That is what we want to take into our meditations. That is what we want to take into our treatments. The first step of treatment is recognition, where we recognize the qualities of God. The second step of treatment is unification with those qualities. All right. So right there, in those two steps of treatment, you have a plan for working on your personality. You are God personified. You literally can be the answer to people's prayers. And 9 times out of 10, when you are the answer to people's prayers, you will never know that you are the answer to their prayers. Every once in a while, probably 99% of the time, every once in a while, somebody will say, oh, you were the answer to my prayer. 9 times out of 10, or like I said, 99 out of 100, we answer people's prayers because we are God in action in this world, in the material world, and we never know. If that doesn't rock you back on your heels, you're not paying attention. So you have your mission, thoughtful acceptance. What are the qualities of the God that you believe in? And are you expressing those? And then the second mission is the same mission I give you every day, which is about the qualities of God. It is about your personality, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate on yourself. Because if you practice those qualities of God on yourself, if you ingrain them into who you are, then it's not going to matter what happens. You will always express those qualities of God. That's why practice makes permanent. I've heard this phrase, practice makes perfect. That's true. It makes whole, it makes complete, it ingrains them. I'm talking about creating a habit. I'm talking about creating a default setting. I'm talking about creating a first response. And let me remind you, when I use the word response, the difference between a reaction and a response is thoughtful acceptance. Okay? So there comes that word again, thoughtful acceptance. When we respond to things, it's because we have taken that, and I'm going to use the word divine moment. Because when we practice, then we can respond with the divine moment, meaning we don't have to take the time to think about it because we have ingrained it in. So it is a response. This is a response that I am choosing, even if I don't need that minute to think about it. That is that divine moment. We take that divine moment to respond to things instead of react to things. And so that's the point of doing the loving, kind, compassionate thing. It is 1, about self-care. 2, it is absolutely about working on that personality. And 3, it's also about making sure that we are enjoying life. God wants us to be happy. Spirit wants us to be happy. And one of the ways that we do that is making sure that we are taking time out of our life to do that, to enjoy. So please, every single day, practice on yourself. And I say this frequently. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion because you are a beloved child of God. All right? So practice on yourself. You'll create that bank, and then you'll have plenty to share. And when you have a bank of love, kindness, and compassion, it can take the edge off when you're tired. So, because I know that's when my personality gets a little screwy, when I'm tired. So, okay. And then the usual things. I encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. I encourage you to drink plenty of water, especially with me going into allergy season. The extra water is going to be super important. So yes, the weather's cooling off, but the need for water never goes down. Get that early in your day bright light. I actually got out of the house before the sun was up, so it was nice to be in the park when the sun came up. There was that one part when we came around and the sun hits our backs, and it was just cold enough. And I was right there on do I need a jacket? Do I not need a jacket? And I'm like, I'm not going to take the jacket. So when we hit that part where the sun hit our back, oh, that was divine. That was divine. That was absolutely divine. So early in your day, bright light. And then open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven. Right here, right now. It is all around us all the time because it's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. When we take that time out to connect with that God awareness, to connect for that thoughtful acceptance of God qualities, to connect with the source of our own being, then we understand heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. We connect with the source of our own being. We fill up with that feeling. We bring it into the material world. We create it around us. And as each of us learn to do that, then you've got all these little pockets of heaven, and eventually they're going to make one big, and then we will truly have a world that works for everybody. That's the goal. That's the goal. All right. So, and as always, you can always take Emma's advice about that, opening the windows of your soul. Look for the good and praise it. Look for the good and praise it. So, okay. Here's the social media thing. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. We have all this great content for, we've got several years now. So feel free to go back, check that out. I always will recommend the Soul Session playlist. That's a really good one. But I've sorted the Creative Life into the YouTube into a bunch of different playlists, so you can kind of find what you want. And there's all kinds of good stuff on there. So give it a like, a share, subscribe, all that nonsense. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, because we've got book studies and classes and stuff like that, then email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact, and the hot links are hot. So I think that is what I know. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanting day. I'm going to have a little bit of a catter day after I go and do some other responsibilities. So I'm going to snuggle with my cats. A wonder-filled day, an amazing day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough, just as you are. As I have said before and will continue to say, you're a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased and, as the title suggested, well represented. You may be the only Bible people meet. Read. So, okay. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. So take care of yourself and know that you're loved. Always, always.